Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, March 24th, 2024. This is my daily vlog, my regular morning stand-up, where I'm reporting on what I've been doing and doing next to try to make content creation sustainable in the long term. Something that I'm very much going to talk about a little more at the end of this video, new development. So yesterday, start with that. If you'll recall, I had a little bit of a short day yesterday because I was driving down to see, my daughter and I were meeting a few hours in between us to see a movie. So my plan yesterday, everything went according to plan, which is good news. My plan was to produce my Friday video, the video that comes out today, in its entirety. So just a tiny bit of research, shoot, edit, gameplay, all that finished. I released it to members in the afternoon, but it's publicly available today at, I think, 3 o'clock. It'll go live. So that's a new Friday video. That's done. So I have plans for today that I already set aside. We'll talk about in a second. You'll recall we are now, I guess it's 6 days now until the embargo lifts for the 400 Mini, so that's my plan for the rest of today and most of next week, of course. The other part of my plan yesterday was to go and see a movie. First of all, you know, I'm an empty nester. My daughter moved out a few months ago, but she lives about 4 hours away. Well, 2.5 hours away or so. We found a spot we could drive to in the middle. It's about 1.5 hours to 2 hours for each of us. Not quite the middle, but doesn't matter. Anyway, and we saw Late Night with the Devil, not Ghostbusters. And I think we came out ahead because I've started to see Ghostbusters reviews that are kind of middling. If you like thriller, suspense, barely even horror movies, compelling, well-constructed, new ideas, Late Night with the Devil, wow. Now, the reason I want to see it with my daughter, we're horror aficionados. My wife does not like horror, but we'll often go and criticize movies, you know, or like, I didn't have that many problems with it. I had, you know, this little thing was weird. The ending might have been, could have stuck the landing better, but anyway, this is not a movie review vlog. I had a great time yesterday. I didn't get home until after midnight after driving down, driving up. So I'm a little bleary-eyed this morning, and if this vlog is a little late, you'll know why. It's because I slept in a little because it was rough. Anyway. So, good work yesterday on a partial day to get me set up today, so today is wide open to get ready to work. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's touch on stats. I have my artificial metric of 10,000 views and 50 subscribers per day on average over the last 7 days. And we're still straddling that. 11,000 views, just shy of 11,000 views, and 42 subscribers per day. So, I'm over the line on views, just under on subscribers. It's been that way for a week or so now. Somebody kick the nest and see if we can get something to happen at least. No new milestone. We're about halfway. So we're not quite 46,850. So about 155 or so till the big 47,000 milestone. So we're still on track probably for the end of the month. So what happened? What's going on today? Well, first of all, that package I was waiting on since Monday showed up as I was walking out the door yesterday. So it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet from Numbskull. It was going to be this week. I was going to do it out by Wednesday. Well, now I have something else to do. So having that schedule, I've moved it down. So it's probably another week and a half away now because I can't do it immediately. I got to do it, schedule what's priority. So I'll work on that. Today is the beginning of production on the 400 Mini review. And as I'm doing it, as you can imagine, we talked yesterday, I will be getting more than just one video out of the 400 Mini. So I'll be shooting this in mind of what parts of it will I break out into other videos and what parts of it can I cover at least. I'll cover everything partially, but not, huge breakouts, not tutorials. And things I shoot in the next 4 or 5 days will be B-roll that I'll likely use for insert shots for the rest of the life of the 400 Mini. A shot of me holding it, a shot of me plugging something into it, a shot of, all the little things that you use as insert shots to keep, just talking head video interesting. I typically pull all that from the time I did the most shooting on it, which is usually the review for it. So, if I need a shot of me playing a game, well, I'd probably go back to the review folder and say, I played the game there, let's pull it in. So, this is work over this next week that will pay dividends for the next several videos. So I'll be keeping up on that. So the last thing I said, we talk a little bit about sustainability here at the end, and a development that took place. So yesterday, this channel, this vlog, was welcomed into the YouTube Partner Program, which is the monetization factor of YouTube. You know, the main channel, of course, gets ad revenue and super thanks and super chat and all the memberships and all the things that you can do. So the first thing you probably notice is, like, down underneath this video, down here somewhere, there's a new button that says thanks. That's the video on demand tip thing. You click it and go, here's $1, and you highlight your chat. I don't expect those to be used very much. There's also a membership option, which is kind of like the Twitch subscription thing that you can set, $2 or $5 a month or whatever. You're a member of the channel. I don't know that that's a direct benefit that anyone here would want to use. I don't know if I'll bother setting that up. That's not really, this channel is not meant to be a revenue generator anyway, right? It's us just talking. But that being said, it's the first phase into getting advertising revenue, which means that ads that run on these vlogs, I could make a penny or two off of every time that they get. Now, it's tiny. It's tiny because you've seen stats pages from videos I do on the main channel, and thousands of views get you $20, So hundreds and hundreds of views that I get on these vlogs are going to be, pennies. But I don't sneeze at pennies because I was reading back some old comments on previous vlogs, and there's several very insightful comments, and it's a running theme sometimes. We talked a few weeks ago about how I'm doing what I want to do, because if I'm doing what I don't want to do, that's a job, and I can just go do that. And there are comments that, like, they're very heartfelt and sincere, like, I want you to succeed. I think you should do more other things. I get, you're like, hey, this would be more popular, you should do that. That's a debate we could make. If I did something different, would I be as enthusiastic about it? Which I think in large part is the appeal that people see when the coverage I do now. Maybe, neither here nor there, not the point. The point is, and many people have had concern, man, it's tough to make a living on YouTube. I'm worried that, I agree. I don't necessarily think that I'm going to be a YouTube millionaire. I don't think I'm going to be a millionaire. 1,000-aire would be great. But YouTube is the billboard for me and for GenXGrownUp, right? So the more YouTube grows, the reason I'm hyper-focused on YouTube is it's the thing that people see every day. It's the thing that gets me into relationships with companies. It's the thing that gets people to recognize who we are and go and listen to the podcast out of curiosity. That makes a little revenue. To click and buy a t-shirt, that makes a little revenue. To maybe click on that thanks button or a membership button, makes a little revenue. To go and become a patron over at patreon.com, little revenue. I'm not relying on all of YouTube to be my source of income. In fact, it's less than half of our current source of income right now. We have lots of other micro streams of income. And this vlog getting monetized, which, by the way, awesome, if I didn't say that, that we've grown that much here just talking about what we're talking about. Those pennies are another little stream of revenue that come into the big pool. And beyond that, since YouTube is kind of this billboard and it gets people to know who I am and recognize me and things, it'll open up other opportunities for sponsorships and going to conventions and trade shows and meeting more people and growing. So I hear your voices, and I understand and largely agree with you, at least partially agree with you on some of your points. Don't worry too much about me. We have a plan, and the plan is not, while it's not a 10-year plan, we're making all of the things that we're trying to do become more visible, become more recognizable, get the attention of other entities who might then create more little trickle streams of revenue. All of those things spring off of the YouTube presence. No other single thing that I can do is as impactful as that. So when you see me focus several days on a review and get it out and get 100,000 views on it, and that's going to make us $80 or whatever it does, would we like it to be bigger? Of course, that'd be fantastic. If that's all it took, wonderful. But that isn't the end all and be all. That is a cornerstone of the structure that we're building here. It's not the end all and be all. That being said, yes, expansion into other areas could happen. That's how we got where we are, is expansion into other areas and focusing on what did best. So wholesale changing gears doesn't make sense unless trends tell us to do that. So this vlog, getting into the YouTube Partner Program, is another one of those. If we work hard enough, we'll be able to do this. And then we did that, and now this is another avenue where when it starts getting ads on it, we'll start making, pennies, nickels a day on just me telling you that I'm trying to make pennies and nickels a day. That's how this rolling down the hill, slow as it may be, is gathering size and, rocks and snow. And our hope is by the time we get to the bottom of the village, we destroy that village because this boulder has become so big it's unstoppable. Not that it gets to the end and it's a little pebble and it falls in the stream. I don't know where that analogy came from. It just popped in my head. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think you get what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. 400 mini today. Shooting, prepping, production, full time. I'm gonna go get after that. Thank you for popping in to check out today's vlog, if in fact you did. If you're here every day, I love you for your tenacity. Thank you so much for being here. It's Friday. Please have a good today and a wonderful weekend. Be sure to do something good for yourself, and I'll talk to you Monday. Bye-bye.